My husband and I were together for 16 years and we are currently going through a separation. And one thing I've been doing in this season is really unpacking where the shit went wrong because that's how you stop repeating patterns you don't want to relive, right? And one of the biggest things I've been unpacking is intimacy because for a huge part of my marriage, intimacy was an issue. So, very early on, not too long after we got married, there was already this complaint that I had never initiated sex. And that was confusing as hell because in the beginning, baby, we were hot and heavy. We were like damn bunny rabbits, highways, closets, wherever we could make it happen. We was outside acting the fuck up, getting it in. So this was not one of those situations where the chemistry was never there. It was there, but the dynamic changed once the kids came and life got real. And somewhere in that shift, my desire to initiate sex dried all the way up. And it wasn't because I hated him. It wasn't because I thought he was unattractive. It wasn't because I never wanted sex at all. I just did not have the desire to start it. And for years, I could not figure out why. That became part of the undercurrent of my entire marriage, part of the tension, part of the story we were living inside, part of the thing that kept getting pointed back at me. It was tied to his emotional infidelity. That was one of the reasons why he said he did it. It was one of those issues that quietly kept reinforcing the idea that somehow this was my fault. And for the longest time, I believed that. I thought maybe my hormones got weird after kids. Maybe my body image was messed up. Maybe I just wasn't as sexual as I thought I was. Because the confusing part was I was still attracted to this man. That's what had me fucked up. I did not think he was ugly. I wasn't turned off by him, technically. If sex got started, I could get into it. Sis could get there. But the desire to initiate it, damn near non existent. And that gap between attraction and desire confused the hell out of me for years. And I think this is where a lot of people get lost, men and women, because a lot of men have heard some version of sex starts in the mind for women. You've heard that, right? Women need emotional connection to want sex. And I think that phrase gets thrown around all the time, but not enough people really understand what it means. Hell, I don't even think a lot of women understand it while they're living it because I didn't. So once I got some distance and I started really looking at my marriage differently, I got fascinated by the question. Like, okay, what the hell was actually happening here? So I started digging. I talked to my therapist about it. I started researching. I started trying to understand attraction, desire, nervous system stuff, relationship dynamics, all of it. And one of the biggest things I came to understand is this: being attracted to somebody is not the same as desiring them. And I need women to hear that especially because attraction can still be there. You can look at a man and know he's fine. You can still think he look good. You can still enjoy sex once it starts. That does not automatically mean desire is alive and well. Desire is different. Desire is shaped by how you experience that person in your real everyday life. Do I feel safe with you? Do I feel supported by you? Do I feel seen by you? Do I get to relax with you? Or do I feel like I have to stay on top of everything with you? That part matters a lot. And when I started being honest with myself, I realized that very early in my marriage, especially after the kids came, the dynamic changed. Things weren't fun anymore. I stopped experiencing my husband like somebody I could really depend on and settle into. And I started experiencing him like another person I had to keep up with. Another person I had to remind, another person I had to manage around, another person I had to compensate for, another person whose gaps and inconsistencies were landing right back in my lap. And listen, that changes things because it is very hard to feel turned on by somebody you are low-key mothering. I'm just going to say it. It is very hard to feel desire for somebody who feels like another responsibility. Those two things do not go well together because when you're in that mode, you're not softened. You don't feel pink. You don't feel open. You're alert. You tired, you're managing, you're carrying. And over time, I really think my body responded to that. Not because something was wrong with me, but because the dynamic itself was drying desire up. Then you add in the depletion. the constant pouring out that I was doing, the feeling that not much was getting poured back into me, the lack of real curiosity about my inner world, the lack of being made to feel desirable, especially as my body changed after having kids. And now intimacy does not feel like some beautiful point of connection. Now it starts feeling like one more damn thing, one more thing on the list, one more thing somebody wants from you, one more thing to manage before it becomes a problem later. And if I'm being all the way real, because y'all know I'm gonna do that, there were times sex felt transactional as hell. Like something I needed to do so this would not turn into a bigger issue, something I needed to do so he wouldn't go looking somewhere else. That didn't work. And once sex starts feeling like something you're doing to manage the relationship, that will tell you something. That means something. So yeah, my behavior ended up changing. I'd stay up late at night. I'd sit up in the living room on my computer. Sometimes I sleep in there. I created distance. And from the outside, I'm sure that that looked like and felt like rejection. But what I understand now is that a lot of that was self-protection. My system was trying to get some space from something that felt draining, loaded, and expectant. And I think this is where so many women get confused because we look at the outcome and immediately blame ourselves. We go, maybe my libido is broken. Maybe my hormones are off. Maybe my body changed. Maybe I'm the problem. When sometimes the real issue is that the conditions that support desire are just not there. So I'm not saying this like I'm the authority on everybody's marriage. I'm saying this because this is what I went through and I had to go hunting for language. Losing desire does not always mean you lost attraction. Sometimes it means you've been overfunctioning for so long that your body no longer experiences that person as somewhere to open up, only as somewhere else to work. And that is a very different conversation.